And how would you describe the time afterwards? What did you experience in your career afterwards?
Well, it was definitely a lot of fun with Jar of Hearts and 1,000 Years, all being part of what I call my first album cycle. So from June 30th of 2010 until October 9th of 2012, I didn't stop. Like, it was just every day. I traveled the whole world. I got to do so many amazing things. I did 9 tours and sang with Jason Mraz, met Paul McCartney. I mean, all my dreams came true. It was just so magical. And then everything stopped. I mean, it was like I had literally just fallen off the moon. You know, like when I landed home, that's what it felt like. And I remember the day specifically, like I just laid on the floor of this house that I'd never even been in yet. You know, just all my things were there. And I just remember I laid on the floor and I just sort of cried for like 3 days. Like, I just didn't believe my life, if that makes sense. Wow. I was like, okay, I have all these memories and these photos and these dresses and these, you know, things that happened, but I was in such a whirlwind, you know. And so I laid there and I remember I just took like a week and I went through everything. I remembered everything, you know, I processed it, I think is what happened. And then I said, okay, well, I'm definitely taking a break, like, because I'm exhausted. I was like, this is crazy. And I was like, so I got a puppy, I got a little dog, and a French bulldog named Pistachio, and I started to write songs because that's what I do. I thought for sure I wouldn't, but that's just what I naturally do. Yeah. So I sat down at the piano on October 23rd of 2012. I'm very nerdy with dates. And I wrote this song called Trust. And then I had sort of an epiphany because I thought to myself, after this crazy, like, you know, now I got to do another album. Like, well, what if it's not authentic? And what if I can't force it? Like, I'm a writer. Like, I can't write when I'm afraid and all these people are pressuring me. Like, how do I do this? And then I just started to write and it just came. And I said to myself, I remember sitting at my piano and being like, oh, the album's going to be called Head or Heart, and it's going to be about trusting your head and trusting your heart, and some songs will be about your heart, and some songs will be about your head, and then that's exactly what it's going to do. And like, that's what happened. So for 6 months, I called the label, I was like, I got it! And then, but it felt so good that it was authentic, you know, it was like a genuine, like, discovery for me, and so for 6 months I wrote 39 songs for album 2. Yeah, maybe 45. I wrote a lot, and then I picked 13, and I went in the studio. I recorded most of it in London and in the UK, and a couple songs in LA and 1 song in New York. And then all of a sudden, I had this little new baby, and then it came out in April of 2014, so I've just been kind of beginning all over again, but it's different and it's magical in the same ways, and then it's different and magical in all brand new ways. It doesn't feel the same. I feel much more grounded and much more confident because of Jar of Hearts and because of 1,000 Years. I felt confident as an artist, and then here we are.
Okay, wonderful. And also a pop ballad again. So do you think this is kind of your specialty?
Yes. Yeah. I thought a lot about it, especially because I tried all different things with album 2. I have a lot of up-tempo songs and happy songs, and, you know, then I have classic ballads, and I have a little bit of programming, and, you know, I took a couple risks and challenged myself to grow. I hate the idea of staying the same. I mean, I write songs about it, so if I didn't live that way, I'd be a hypocrite, you know? Like, I write songs about having no walls and having, you know, no fear when it comes to love. And so, I mean, I'm not married. I haven't met, you know, the love of my life that I know of, you know? Like, I don't know. So I haven't figured it out necessarily, but I keep trying.
Okay. So, do you still believe in the big love?
Yes.
Is it still coming?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Speaking of regrets, I was thinking, well, you have so many great tattoos, and I was wondering if you regretted any of them.
Nope.
Really, no one?
No.
How many tattoos do you have?
About 75.
75, okay.
Yeah.
So
No, I don't have one favorite. My favorite is always the last one that I just got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what will be the next one? Do you know it already?
No. Spontaneous.
Do you think do you get tattoos all over the world, or do you always have one place to go?
I get them all over the world. Yeah, wherever I am, if I have an idea, I go and I get it.
Okay. Would you get one here in Berlin?
I would. Maybe one day.
All right.
Christmas music is my favorite type of music.
Really?
It's the first song I ever sang. It was a Christmas carol when I was 3 years old. I got all dressed up and performed for my family. Apparently, I don't remember this, but they told me. So Christmas music is my jam. Christmas is my favorite time of year, and I love Christmas music. I can't stress it enough. My favorite Christmas song of all time is "Merry Christmas, Darling" by the Carpenters.
Last question: is it true that you write letters to the universe?
Yes.
How can you? How can one?
Do that?
Yeah.
Very easily. So every year on December 29th, I write a letter to the universe. Just basically like a thank you note. I write like thank you for all the stuff that's happened.
Okay.
I look at my list from last year because I do it every year. I make a list of intentions for my year. So it can be very specific, like, you know, buy a house, or, you know, quit eating sugar, or, you know, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But then I also have like call my grandmother more and be a good sister, and, you know, stuff like that. And so I go through my list of the year before and I cross off what happened, and, you know, I acknowledge the work I've done all year on myself, and then I make a brand new list for the year ahead of things that I would love to see happen. So just like goals, intentions, and dreams.